What's good everyone, my name is Chefkoch and today I want to talk about the legendary producer for underground rap, SenseiATL. Like his name suggests, SenseiATL is from Atlanta, Georgia. More specifically, he was born in Fulton and raised in Cobb County, but since he is half Brazilian, he also often stayed in Brazil with his dad, and one time while being overseas at 13 years old, Sensei downloaded FL Studio and that's how he got into rap production. Both his parents played the piano, so the beatmaking process was very natural for Sensei to get into, and he was able to begin his music career in 2015 as a member of the Atlanta trio Larry League, and he produced a lot of their early records. But he also made beats for Polari, Uno the Activist and Thousand Man Forney amongst others at that time, so he was really putting on for the golden era of SoundCloud rap. Next to that, SenseiATL connected with Lil Yachty. This was prior to his major breakthrough, and Sensei produced a couple of records for him as well. So SenseiATL already got a good introduction to the US rap scene, but moving on to 2017, that was the year he got into the Atlanta underground and plugg scene by working with Tony Snow as well as 645AR, and Sensei also executively produced the project Tensei by fellow Atlanta rapper 10K Duncan. Other than that, SenseiATL became majorly responsible for the success and development of the dark plugg subgenre, a more ominous and violent version of plugg music which Sensei pioneered by producing two songs on the El Slayworld EP by Slamcito from August 2017, which was one of the earliest dark plugg projects ever. For those who want to learn more about the dark plugg subgenre, I highly recommend my own documentary about it where I go in depth about its roots and its evolution. Coming back to Sensei, it is important to know that he pioneered dark plugg by producing some of its earliest records, but he also made two beats for the amazing project Scarface by Slamcito from June 2018. This tape feels more sophisticated in comparison to earlier dark plugg tapes in my opinion, and my favorite song on here has to be Queen Latifah. Next to that, Sensei released his own producer tape titled Hollywood Music in February 2018, which featured quite a few plugg veterans on it, and he also executively produced the tape 900 Degree by Fluhanchos from September 2019, as well as the EP Kane and O-Dog by Fluhanchos and Slamcito from 2019. The title of course is a reference to the classic Menace to Society, definitely watch that movie if you haven't yet. Moving to 2020, SenseiATL produced 605AR's hit song For the Trap, which went viral on TikTok due to AR's voice squeaking. But other than that, Sensei tapped in with a lot of plugg artists that year, and he became one of the key figures for the revival movement of plugg music in the 2020s, together with Chefkoch or Da Vinci amongst others. The plugg instrumentals that Sensei, Chefkoch and Da Vinci created all incorporated the OG plugg elements, but they added more modern sounding percussions and 808s to it, which would make their beats stand out from the rest. Some of Sensei's musical highlights at the time include 4 production credits on 10K 100 Times by 10K Duncan, 2 credits on RPs and Plan Bs by 10K Duncan and Tony Snow, as well as 2 credits on 10K Smoke by 10K Duncan and ATL Smoke, one of my favorite plugg records personally. But Sensei's soundscape was quite versatile because he also started producing for up-and-comers Tana and Sofego, but also for Doo-Wop Kane, and helped to grow their careers. This is an important thing that I like about Sensei's approach to the music industry. He is down to work with smaller artists as well if he feels like they have potential, and like we saw with Tana and Sofego, that potential would develop into almost mainstream success in the years to come. But Sensei was not done that year because he also released a self-titled producer tape in June 2020, which included 57 entire songs with rappers like Lil Yachty, Tony Snow or Slamcito amongst others. Switching to the production highlights from 2021, SenseiATL executively produced the albums Authentic Goods by Tony Snow and So Icy Boys by RX Papi. Other than that, he made 8 beats for the sequel RPs and Plan Bs 2 by 10K and Tony, and started working with underground artists Polo Perks, Bear One Boss and RXK Nephew. Especially Nephew and Papi fit very well onto Sensei's beats in my opinion, and it's amazing how he can bring out the best out of each artist he works with. Moving on to 2022, that was a year that would become SenseiATL's breakthrough because he started producing for newcomer Glock 40 Spaz. He provided 4 beats for the amazing tape Don't Get Took Off 3 and produced hits like Remember Me for example, that brought a lot of attention to both Glock's and Sensei's names. This connection to Glock is what I believe to be the major reason for Sensei's newfound success and attention in the music industry. At that time he became basically mainstream because he even produced a track for World Wave together with popstar Benny, so Sensei really started going places. Sensei also produced 3 songs from Rich Snake by Big Smoke Chapo from May 2022 and again 3 tracks from Reflections by Tony Snow from June, both solid projects for sure. Next to that, he executively produced Tensei 2 by 10K Duncan, which is one of my favorite pluggnb records of all time. Whenever 10K and Sensei link up, you know it's gonna be heat, and I hope that we'll get Tensei 3 eventually. Switching to 2023, SenseiATL continued his dark plug grind by producing 7 songs from Paid in Full by Slimecito and 11 songs from Took the Biggest Risk by Glock 40. Other than that, Sensei also started producing for newcomers Osama-son, Baby Evil aka Wildcard Uno, and Smoking Skull, so he was providing for the new generation of dark plug artists as well, who shook up the scene with their heavily distorted soundscape. In addition, we have a rather random link up because Sensei also produced the track 100 by Russian rapper Rocket, and the song accumulated 3 million streams and therefore is one of Sensei's biggest placements ever, so I hope that this paid out a lot for him. And finally, coming to the production highlights of 2024, Sensei produced 10 songs from Still Healing by Baby Evil and 8 songs from After Took the Biggest Risk by Glock 40 Spaz. As you can see, 2024 was a rather calm year for Sensei, but nevertheless he solidified his position as a dark plug pioneer and an underground legend. But his work for the plug and pluggnb subgenres cannot be downplayed either, and in total Sensei already worked with at least 3 generations of rappers. First, the artists from the golden era of SoundCloud like Uno or Phony. Second, the OG dark plug and plug rappers like Cito and Fluhanchos or 10K Duncan and Tony Snow. And third, the new generation of underground rappers like Glock 40 Spaz, Osama-son or Smoking Skull. Therefore, I view SenseiATL as an actual underground legend and a key figure for the development of rap in Atlanta. He's been in the game for 10 years already and I am hyped for his next moves in the industry. I hope that I was able to prove his importance to you with this video. Definitely keep an eye out for SenseiATL in the future, and with that being said, thank you for watching, leave a like if you enjoyed and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so we can hit 800 subscribers. Cheers!